Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be here. I'm here with my colleague, the computer scientist. That we don't know how to address this kind of meetings. I will try my best. As my colleagues were talking, I noticed that a lot of things that I wanted to say are they will be redundant. So I will improvise a bit. I just want to give you my background. So I'm a computer scientist. I work on AI. I research, I develop mathematical models for AI. Some of them are based on machine learning and LLMs. Others are based on other types of AI, because AI is a huge area of research and development. And I will tell you in this 8 minutes a bit of what I think we need to do from a technical and from a research perspective, but realizing that we don't have sometimes, and most of the times, the power to actually convert the digital space in a safe or a peaceful platform of communication, which at this moment in time seems very, very difficult. So my colleagues have talked about how the content that social media, any kind of digital networks, that the content that they provide, so they intervene and sometimes dictates our beliefs and decision making. So they tell us we have some sort of agency sometimes of what to eat, what to buy, what to think, what to laugh about. Of course, they also provide a space for communication, but somehow the system is broken. The impact and the relationship between social media and AI is complicated, but it's important that we keep in mind how these things work. And this relates to this ranking idea. Social media, digital platforms, they are powered and fed by algorithms, most of them AI algorithms. And what does AI does from the platform point of view? So they profile users, first of all. Every single recommendation that we get in these platforms is based in some way. There is an AI data-driven, mostly. I want to clarify this. So it's AI that elicits statistical patterns from data to recommend us product ideas, posts, etc. AI algorithms also in these platforms, they recommend ads, content, connections, and everything that we consume in them. So social media platforms are a huge source of data for AI models. So there is an interconnection there. We can use and we use in very different ways social media because of AI algorithms, but AI algorithms feed on them. And of course, we have to also understand that there is another presence of AI in social media, that is the bots themselves, right? So we talk about conversation and how to build, how to be able to communicate in a way that we can understand each other and reach ideas that are for the good of the society. But then who are we talking to? Sometimes we don't know. So some studies in the last years estimate that between 20 and 45% of users in platforms are actually bots. And they have very specific goals to be there, right? So they are there to disseminate product ideas, and they are part of the economics of the platform. So social media is full of bots. When we think about the conversations that we have, explicit or implicit, within these platforms, we have to think, who are we talking to? If we are talking between humans, or there is some other entity there with a very specific purpose that we don't understand or sometimes we can even imagine. So they are, both of them, social media, internet, AI, they're incredible, useful tools, but they also have become a way to expose us to misinformation, disinformation, polarization, toxic and abusive content. I'm not going to talk about the implications of this because more knowledgeable colleagues have talked about that. But I want to point out that from my point of view, some of the models that I work on are tools to try to understand what's going on these platforms, to try to see if there are ways to intervene in these communications and those dialogues in a way that they can like rebuild useful conversations. But that is a technological solution. And these problems are not technological problems. They arise from social, political, and institutional factors. So the core motivation behind this information has been always power, influence, and ideological control. And what is happening now is that this whole digital system in which we are immersed allows this phenomena to appear, to grow, and to some extent, platforms profit from this dynamic. It's everything within the business model. So sometimes we blame the technology. We say that AI is dangerous, that AI does this or does that. AI is nothing. It's nothing but a tool that we have created in an ecosystem that has a lot of problems. What is the problem of blaming technology as the big issue here? Is that it creates a legal and ethical vacuum and absolves key actors such as media, policymakers, the platforms themselves of responsibility and accountability. So we end up in regulatory inaction, weak governance, and leaving citizens unprotected. Can we change this? Of course we can. AI is not something that just appeared and we are destined to use it as it is. We built it and we can change it. And we can change it however we want. But this is a political decision. The techniques, the computer scientists, the social scientists, we are going to be there to try to build what we need. But this is a political decision. And the political decision starts with understanding that this reality is not natural, it's not unavoidable, and it's the result of decisions that we have made. And they led us to a digital landscape that is populated with opaque algorithms. We don't know how they work. And unregulated social media platforms. So just to finish up, some ideas that I think we should try to push in relation also to what Jared was saying. Sometimes if we cannot get to the hearts of the people that makes the decisions and build the business models that are behind the platforms, sometimes we have to impose what we want for the best of our society. So governments, public institutions, and the civil society have to play an important and determining role in ensuring transparency and accountability in information flows. This means developing legal frameworks for disinformation and AI-generated content, enforce accountability, but also in a more constructive way, incentivize and promote the kind of research that Lisa is doing, for instance, that we need these different sources of knowledge coming together to understand the kind of communication channels and the platforms that we want to build. And something that we sometimes forget but I think it will be present a lot in these discussions, is media literacy and education. None of this is going to work if the people don't know, don't understand how to use this new technology. The risks, the benefits of them. But if we want AI for everyone, it starts with education. And I'm going to stop there because I think I'm over the time. Thank you very much.